Welcome back, dear friends. Today, we have something truly special for you, a legendary debate that has divided football fans for decades. Who is the greatest of all time? Pelé, the king of football from Brazil, or Diego Maradona, the golden boy of Argentina? These two men were not just footballers. They were icons, symbols of passion, excellence, and the beauty of the game. One represented power, teamwork, and consistency. The other symbolized magic, creativity, and raw emotion. And together, they defined the word legend. So, who is your GOAT, Pelé or Maradona? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's dive into their incredible journeys. Early life and struggles. Pelé was born in 1940 in a poor family in Três Corações, Brazil. His father was a footballer but never made it big. Money was always short. As a child, Pelé couldn't even afford a real football, so he and his friends made balls out of socks stuffed with paper. Even then, his talent was clear. He had speed, control, and an unstoppable love for the game. Diego Maradona was born in 1960 in Villa Fiorito, a poor neighborhood in Buenos Aires, Argentina. His family struggled to put food on the table, but Diego had something special, a small football given to him at age 3. From that moment, the ball never left his feet. Neighbors said he could dribble past 10 kids on a dusty street as if it was nothing. Both Pelé and Maradona grew up in poverty, with few opportunities. But football became their escape, their passion, and their destiny. They both showed the world that greatness can rise from the humblest beginnings. From the dusty streets of Brazil and Argentina, two boys began a journey that would lead them to the very top of world football. The world had no idea what was coming. Rise to stardom. At just 15 years old, Pelé joined Santos FC in Brazil. By 16, he was already playing for the Brazilian national team. Then came the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. Pelé, only 17 years old, scored a hat-trick in the semi-final and 2 goals in the final. Brazil won the World Cup, and Pelé instantly became a global sensation. Maradona's story was different but equally magical. At 16 years old, he debuted for the Argentina national team. His dribbling, vision, and flair made him stand out immediately. After excelling with Argentinos Juniors and Boca Juniors, he moved to Europe, first to Barcelona and later to Napoli in Italy. In Naples, Maradona became more than a player. He became a hero, almost a god to the people. Pelé shocked the world as a teenager on the biggest stage. Maradona built his legend step by step with magical performances and unmatched charisma. Both stories were different, but the message was the same. Genius cannot be ignored. The world had witnessed their rise, but soon both men would reach the peak of greatness, leaving behind moments that football fans would never forget. If you're enjoying this story and want to learn more English with inspiring football legends, don't forget to subscribe and join our journey. Peak of greatness. Pelé's greatest legacy lies in the FIFA World Cup. 1958. At just 17, he became the youngest player ever to score in a World Cup final. 1962. Despite being injured, he still helped Brazil defend their title. 1970. Pelé led one of the greatest teams in history, scoring in the final as Brazil lifted their 3rd World Cup. No player has ever matched Pelé's 3 World Cup victories. It made him the undisputed king of football. If Pelé was about consistency and dominance, Maradona was about magic and emotion. In the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, Maradona delivered one of the most unforgettable performances in history. Against England, he scored 2 goals that defined his legend. The controversial Hand of God goal, and just minutes later, the goal of the century, dribbling past 5 defenders before scoring. Maradona carried Argentina on his shoulders and led them to win the World Cup. Pelé was the king of records, trophies, and consistency. Maradona was the genius of moments, emotion, and artistry. One dominated with power and teamwork, the other conquered with passion and creativity, playing style and influence. Pelé was the complete forward. He could dribble, pass, and finish with both feet. He was strong, fast, and had incredible balance. His heading ability was unmatched, despite not being very tall. Pelé wasn't just about individual brilliance. He was also a team player, creating goals for others and leading Brazil to glory. His style symbolized perfection and efficiency. Maradona was pure magic and creativity. He could dribble past entire teams with his left foot. His vision and passing made him a genius playmaker. He had a charisma that lifted everyone around him. Unlike Pelé, who was part of legendary teams, Maradona often carried weaker squads to victory almost single-handedly. At Napoli, he transformed an average club into champions, something that felt like a miracle. 2 different styles, 2 different influences, but both unforgettable. And just as their styles set them apart, their challenges and controversies also shaped their legacies. One as the safe king, the other as the dangerous magician. Their careers were filled with glory, but also marked by very different challenges, and in the end, this is what makes the debate even stronger. Who left the greater legacy? Pelé or Maradona? The answer depends on what you value most. If you want consistency, records, and professionalism, Pelé. If you want passion, artistry, and unforgettable moments, Maradona. And maybe that's the truth. Football needs both, the king and the magician. If you're enjoying this story and want to learn more English with inspiring football legends, don't forget to subscribe and join our journey.